Numerical data.
Numerical data. So since we have completed a little bit of history of SAS, how SAS has been developed, who developed, why they have developed, when they did, we have seen all those things. And we have seen SAS is called a multi-database architecture, and we have seen SAS is called a multi-vendor architecture. In today's class, what I'm going to do, I will show you and I will explain you what are the windows that we have in SAS and what is the purpose and the use of all these windows. We'll discuss about the SAS windowing environment. Now, on my desktop, you can see here my taskbar. On the taskbar, you can see SAS icon here. Now, if I click on this SAS icon, it will open SAS software. So can you see again when I'm opening the SAS software? Now we can see what is the caption that we have for SAS. Can you see the power to know? You can see I'm going to open the SAS. You see here the power to know. And when I open a SAS software in Windows windowing environment, how many windows you can see in SAS software now?
5 windows, sir.
Here we have an editor window. Here we can see the log window, and here we can see the explorer window. And apart from these 3 windows, we have output window, and we also have
Result window.
results window. So total, now we can see the 5 windows. Now, I'm going to write a program here. So for example, I want to create a data set called EMP from a text file. On my desktop, I have a SAS folder. In that, I have SAS data folder. In that, I have a demo1 text file. I'm trying to create a data set. So I'm going to get the path of this one. Shift, right click, copy as path, go to the program. Now I'm writing the program. Data set name EMP, semicolon,
In file.
in file, path of the text file, semicolon, input. Variable names, I want to have EMP ID. Then I want to have a name variable, character variable $symbol, is text character variable. I want to have it as a character variable $symbol. Then I want to have a salary. And finally, I want to have location. Now I'm writing the location character variable $symbol, semicolon, run, semicolon. Now, if I execute this program, now in the work library, you will have a data set called EMP. Now I'm going to the libraries folder. In that, I'm going into the work folder. In the work library, I have EMP dataset, which contains 6 variables and 23 observations. Clear this one?
Yes, sir.
Tell me in which window we are writing this program.
Editor window, sir.
We always write a program in the editor window. The first window in SAS software, this is the editor window. Editor window is the window where we write the program. Not only to write a program, if you want to execute the program, now tell me in which window we are executing this program. We are executing this program in the same editor window. Understand? So, editor window is the window where we write the program and we execute the program. Understand? Then tell me, if I execute this program, how many variables I have created in this EMP dataset?
6 variables, sir.
Now suddenly manager came. He asked me, he wants to give the bonus to all the employees. So for the April month, he asked me, add the 20% bonus to all the employees. And he asked me to create a new variable called new sal. So I want to write an assignment statement in the program. So what I want to do, I want to edit this program. If you want to edit the program, we can do the editions, or if you can edit the program in the editor window itself. For example, see what I'm going to do. Now I'm writing new sal is equal to, now I'm writing salary plus,
Sal
now I'm writing sal plus,
into
I want to give, sorry, sal into 0.20. So this is the 20% bonus I want to add to current existing salary. Now, if I select the program and if I execute the program again, now we are going to have EMP dataset one more time. If I open the EMP dataset, now can you see we have one more extra variable called new salary, which contains existing salary plus 20% bonus. With that, we have a new salary. Don't worry about this calculations and all. But what I want to do is, what I want to say is, once you executed the program, if you want to do any further modifications, you can edit your program. And where we are doing that one, in which window you are doing that one, again,
editor
that
window.
also we are going to do in the editor window. So now, how we can explain the editor window now? Editor window is the window where we can write the program,
Execute the
okay,
program.
and we can execute the program,
Edit
and
the
we
program.
can also edit the program. This is the reason why we use editor window. Understand this one? Now, when I write this program, can you see before the data keyword, we have a symbol here, minus symbol. If I click on this minus symbol, this program will be get collapsed into one line. Can you see? And as soon as it has been collapsed, now we have a plus symbol. If I click on this plus symbol, now the program will be get expanded. So you can also collapse our program and we can, expand our program. You can collapse and expand your program. These are the things that we can do in editor window. Understand this one? Once you're done with your editor window, what is the next window that we have? We have log window. Okay. After editor window, we have a log window. Whenever you execute the program, generally see, if I execute this program, what is the result of this program? Creation of a data set. So we have a tendency always, as soon as you execute the program, we'll go to the library and we will open the data set. Whether we have the data or not, we are going to check that. This is not what we should do in the real time. Best practice is, as soon as you execute the program, we should always go to log window. You know why? Whenever you execute the program, the executed program related information will be saved and will save into log window. You get saved into log window. So that means whenever you execute the program related information will be saved in the log window. What information that it will be get saved? Say for example, now say I executed this program now. Now I'm going to the log window. If I go to the log window, now we can find two different types of colors. One is black color, another one is the blue color. Can you see what is this we have in the black color? Whatever the code that we executed in the editor window, that code will appear black in color in the log window. When the program got successfully executed, you will get the nodes and the nodes will appear blue in color. And you cannot understand right now what is this nodes and all, but you can understand few lines. Now can you see here we have a line, the data set of work.emp has 23 observations and 7 variables. And the data statement used real time 0.02 seconds and CPU time 0.01 seconds. So what is showing? It is saying that a data set called EMP has been created in the work library. I told you work is a default. Whenever you execute the program, the data set will be get saved in the work library. So we have EMP data set in the work library. And after that, it is also saying that we have 23 observations and 7 variables in the data set. To execute this program, it has taken real time 0.02 seconds and the CPU time 0.01 seconds. 0.02 is almost nothing. Within a fraction of seconds, not even a fraction of, even a fraction of milliseconds, it has created a data set. But in the real time, this real time and CPU time plays sorry, very, very important role. Say for example, in the real time, say for example, a company has 100 SaaS programs. All the 100 programs is going to have a monitor. All the 100 programs, they are going to give the laptop or a desktop. And in that laptop or a desktop, now we can see SaaS software. By opening the SaaS software, now in the SaaS software, now you are going to write a program. Okay, so all the 100 programmers is going to have in the same way. But the SaaS software is not going to be present in their laptop or a desktop. The SaaS software is going to be present in the server. So all these 100 laptops or a desktop will be get connected to the server. In the server, they are going to have a SaaS software. So whenever you execute the program will be get executed in the server. Just imagine all the 100 programmers executed the same program at the same time. If all the 100 programmers executed the program at the same time, then what will happen? Now all the 100 programs will come into queue. One after the other, the program will be get executed. Say for example, the program, whatever you have written, if you have written in the best possible way, more efficient manner, it will take less time to get executed. But if you have written unnecessary extra statements, then it will take more and more time to get executed. Because in SaaS, we can do the same thing in different ways. We can do the same thing in multiple ways. But when we have a multiple ways, there is going to be only one best possible method, right? So you should always set the best possible method. But if you write unnecessary extra statements, then it will take a lot of time. So that it is going to be a lot of burden on SaaS. So it will take more and more time to get processed and to get execute. So in that scenario, the real time and CPU time is going to be more and more, and it should not happen in that way. Because there is going to be a position in the real time called SaaS admin. Now SaaS admin is going to have access to your log window. And by the way, in the real time, you have to submit your log window as well. Not only the program and the data sets, you have to submit your log window also. Understand, sometimes your appraisal and promotions also depends upon your log window. So because log window will tell you what are the mistakes that you committed, how you have written the program, how much time it took to get executed. It is going to have all the information. Understand? So that's why in the real time, you should always write the best possible program. When you write the best efficient manner, it will take less and less real time and CPU time. So it will take less time to get executed, and then there will be no burden on SaaS. So the code that what you have submitted will be black in color. When the program got successfully executed, the nodes will appear blue in color, and you cannot understand the remaining information, and we'll discuss that one in future. It will take some time to get understand, and I will explain that in future. Now, I'm going back to my program. So this is my program. When I execute this program, we have created EMP dataset, and it has got 7 variables and 23 observations. Now what I'm going to do, wantedly, I'm committing a mistake now. Generally, after the infile statement path, what we should do, we have to specify a path, a semicolon. We have to close this statement by writing a semicolon. But unfortunately, I forgot to write a semicolon. Since I forgot to write a semicolon, now SaaS thinks I have written one statement in 2 lines because I started something here. Where we have semicolon, we have a semicolon here. Now SaaS thinks these 2 lines belongs to one statement. Because I told you in the last class, we can write one statement in multiple lines, isn't it? We can write one statement in multiple lines. Since I do not have a semicolon here, what SaaS is thinking now? SaaS is thinking, since we have a semicolon here, this entire thing is only one statement. I didn't know that one. Now I'm selecting the program, I'm executing the program. As soon as I execute the program, yes, we have EMP data set. I try to open this one, but I do not have any data. I want to know what exactly happened. I'm closing the data set. Now I'm going back to log window. Now in the log window, now we can see another color. What is the color we can see now? We can see the red color.
Uh,
If you have
Red
anything in
color.
the red color, we call it as an error.
Error.
In the real time, we should not have an error in our program. If you get an error, somehow you have to rectify that error. But can you see where the first time the error is appearing, where it is getting underlined?
Input, sir.
Here, input. But do you think we have committed the mistake here? No. Where we committed the mistake? Here, we forgot to write a semicolon here. Since I forgot to write a semicolon here, SAS thinking that you have continued the in-file statement in the next line. So it went passed into the next line. In the next line, we have input. But according to SAS rules, you should not write input in the in-file because we do not have a semicolon here. Now the input statement has become part of in-file statement. So now this input has become part of in-file, but you should not write a keyword called input in the in-file statement. That's why we have an error here, and that is what it is saying, invalid option name input. That's thinking that you have written input in file. Actually, you committed the mistake here, but it is showing the mistake here. Anyway, by seeing this error, now I came to know what is the mistake I committed. Now I'm going back to the program. Now I'm going to specify the semicolon now. Now I'm going to execute the program, selecting the program, and I'm going to execute the program one more time. Now if I go to the log window, since I do not have any error, now can you see we do not have a red color. We have only code in the black color, notes in the blue color. But by the way, if we have such kind of semicolon error, if I execute this program, in what color we can see that error in the log window? Red color.
Red color.
So whatever the things that we are going to see in the red color, that is called as a syntax error. What do you mean by syntax? Syntax means nothing but spelling errors and semicolon errors. Spelling or semicolon errors are called as a syntax errors. You should not have that one. If you have it, you have to rectify it. Getting the error not a problem, but once you got it, you have to rectify that one. And you should rectify that one. How to rectify it now? Now I know what is my mistake. I'm going to keep a semicolon now. I'm selecting the program again one more time. I'm executing it. Since I do not have any errors, now it will not show anything. Understand this one? Now we have seen the third type of color, which was the red color. Now this time, when I'm writing the program, typing that program very fast, unfortunately, instead of typing a data keyword DATA, I have written only DAT. I didn't see this one. Now I selected the program. I have been executing this program now. As soon as I executed the program, can you see what is the data set I'm having here? EMP. Now I'm trying to open the data set. Can we see, do we have the data here? Yes, we have the data. We have 7 variables and 23 observations. Even though I have committed a mistake, the program has been executed and we have a data set. But I want to know what exactly happened. Now I'm going to the log window. Now can you see in the log window, now we can see the fourth color. Can you see what is the color that we have?
Green color, sir.
Green color. If we have anything in the green color, we call it as a warning.
Warning.
In the real time, you should not have a warning as well. If you have a warning, you have to rectify it. By the way, can you please read what is the warning we got?
Misspelled.
The symbol data was misspelled as data, DAT. So that means the SAS is assuming that you have misspelled data keyword as a DAT. Say for example, when you are starting a program with the keyword of D letter, obviously 100% what we should do? What we should write? You have to write data only. If you start with P, you have to write prop only. So that means when I'm writing the DAT, SAS is assuming that you might have misspelled data as a DAT because there is no ambiguity. 100% you should write a data only. So that's why when I'm writing the data, SAS is assuming maybe మీరు డేటాని మిస్పెల్ చేసినట్టు DAT అని it will execute the program, but it will issue a warning in the log window. That's why yes, we have the data, but in the log window we have a warning. Now I know what is my mistake. Now I'm going back to the program. Now I'm going to type correct word DATA. I'm selecting the program again. If I execute the program, yes, we have EMP data, that is fine. If I go to the log window, since we do not have any error in our program, you won't get the warning. So this is what we can find in the log window. So my sincere recommendation is, request is, whenever you execute the program, don't go and open the data set. Always you should go to the log window and you should check whether if you have any warnings or errors or any issues or not. You cannot understand issue, what you mean by issue today, and we will discuss in future what you mean by issue. So in the log window, now we can find 4 types of information. If you see anything black color, what is that black color? That is nothing but the code that we have submitted. If you see anything in the blue color, what is that one? The blue color is nothing but the nodes. If you see anything red in color, what is that one? That is an error. If you see anything in the green color, what is that one? The green color is nothing but a warning. Understand this one? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And then once we have done with the log window, now can you tell me what is the next window that we have? Output window.
Output.
When you have a printable result in your program, that print will come into output window. Understand? If we have a printable result in our program, that print will come into output window. So what do you mean by printable program? Now see, when I execute this program, what is the result of this program? Creation of a data set called EMP. Only data set creation. But now I want to print this EMP data set. Now I'm going to write a program like this one. If you want to print it, we write a procedure called proc print. Data is equal to, what is the data set that you want to print? Data is equal to, yes, I want to print EMP data set. Data is equal to EMP, semicolon. Now you should write the run. Now this program contains a printable result. The purpose of writing this program is to print a data set called EMP. So whenever we have a such kind of printable result, now that result will come into output window. Now see, I'm selecting this program, I have selected this program, now I'm executing this program. As soon as I execute the program, now can you see we have a print for data set. Now where we are getting this print? We are getting this print in the output window. And of course, I also opted for the result viewer, but result viewer is not mandatory. If you want, you can opt for this one. But by default, you will get the result in the output window. So this is the print for EMP dataset. Now I'm going to write one more procedure. This procedure also contains a printable result. So for example, I am writing proc means data is equal to EMP semicolon run. This program also contains a printable result. Now this print also will come into output window. Understand this one?
సార్ మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేస్తారా సార్?
When the program contains a printable result, that print will come into output window. So for example, I am writing a procedure called proc frequency, proc freq. Data is equal to, for which data set you want to write this procedure? I want to write this procedure for EMP data set. Now semicolon run. This proc frequency procedure will give you a print. When it is giving a print, where you will get this print? In which window you will get the print? you will get this print in the output window. Now see, I'm selecting this program, I'm executing this program. Now can you see where I got this print? In the output window. Don't worry about the what is the information that we are getting here. Just imagine, just think about where in which window we are getting this report. By default, where you will get it? You will get in output window. Of course, I also opted, but optionally, I have selected the HTML window also. That's why I'm getting. This is not a mandatory. It is just an optional. If you want, you can choose it. Otherwise, you no need to choose. But by default, where you will get your output, where you will get the print, you will get the print in the output window. Understand this one?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, once you're done with the output window, can you see what is the window that we have here? We have Explorer window.
Explorer.
Now, when I click on the Explorer window, it is showing a data set, but where we have here, we have in the work library. Now, I want to go to main page of Explorer window. But if you want to go to the main page of Explorer window, first you should click on the Explorer window. But now right now we are in the work library. If you want to go to the main page, can you see here we have a yellow color folder symbol. If I keep my cursor there, it is showing as an up one level. Now, if I click on this one, it will take you to one step back. Now we have all the libraries here. I'm going to click on one more time. Now it has been inactivated, disabled. Now can you see? We have right now in the Explorer window main page. Now in the Explorer window, what are the folders we have? We have libraries, file shortcuts, favorite folders, and this PC. So that means in the Explorer window, we can find 4 folders. And this one is this PC. Remember where we have seen this PC other than here? Can you remember anywhere? Where we can see that this PC?
Desktop.
Very good. On the desktop, you can see this PC. Previously in Windows XP and Windows 7, we used to have a My Computer. But now they changed that into this PC. So on your desktop, you can see the icon called this PC, like this one. What is the use of this PC? If you want to navigate into your system, if you want to go into C drive or D drive or E drive, whatever the drives that you have, if you want to see that one, now if you click on this PC, it will show you all the folders that what we have, all the drives that what we have. If you want to go into any one drive, now click on the drive, it will take you to wherever you want to, it will take you there. In the same way, if you want to navigate into your system through SAS, now you can click on this PC. If I click on this PC, now it will show you what are the folders that we have, drives that we have in your system. It will show all the drives. Now I want to go to E drive. You can click on the E drive. I want to go to, say, for example, clinical SAS or something. And I want to go to, say, for example, I want to go into the pen drive or something. Or otherwise, I want to go into, say, for example, BT project. Again, I want to go to fourth project. In that, I want to go to clinical project. And there, I want to have, say, for example, go to TLS. So if you want to navigate into your system through SAS, you can click on this PC. But I'm right now deep into my system. I want to go to main page of Explorer window. Now we should click on up one level. Again, up one level. Again, up one level. Now, if you click on like this one, it will take you to the main page of Explorer window again. So once you're done with this PC, then we have a favorite folder. In future, we are going to access certain folders very often. So when I want to access that folder again and again, instead of every time going into that folder, I'm going to put that folder in my favorite folder so that we can access very fast. In the same way, I'm going to use certain files very regularly, very often. Instead of every time going into the file, I'm going to create a shortcut and I'll keep the shortcut here in file shortcut. And then the next folder that we have in the libraries. Do not worry about the libraries, is a very important concept. I will discuss about the libraries as a separate topic in maybe tomorrow's class. Understand this one? Is this clear? So in the Explorer window, we can find 4 folders: this PC, favorite folders, file shortcuts, and a library. This is about Explorer window. Once we're done with the Explorer window, and the final window that we have in a results window. Now I'm going to click on the results window. What is this results window? The results window is just like a table of contents or output window. For output window, it is going to be just a table of contents. What do you mean by table of contents? Say for example, in few minutes back, I executed the proc print, and the proc means proc frequency. What is that commonality of these 3 procedures? These 3 procedures contains printable result. When we have got a print, yes, we got the print in the output window, but for each print in the results window, it will create one, link, one hyperlink. Say for example, just imagine today in the session, I executed 100 printable programs. For all the 100 printable programs, now we are going to have 100 links here. Suddenly, if you want to access any one print, now you can go to that link here by clicking on that one. Now, if you click on that one, directly it will take you to that output. Generally, what is the use of table of contents in a textbook? It will show you what are the topics that we have in that book and where each topic is getting started. Isn't it? In the same way, if you have 100 printable results, for all the 100 printed programs, we are going to have a link here in the output window. And whichever print you want to have now, if you want to access it, directly you can go there and you can click on that one, so you can access that one directly. And this is called results window. And these are the 5 windows that you can find whenever you open SaaS software in the Windows operating system. Now tell me one more time, what is the use of editor window?
Write the program and execute the program.
To edit the
editor
program.
window is the window where we can write a program, we can edit the program, and we can execute the program. And then the log window. What is the purpose of log window?
Errors,
After
warnings,
execution,
Comments.
In the log window, we can find information, 4 types of information. The code will appear
black color, sir.
black color. If you execute the program successfully, the notes will appear
blue
Blue
color,
color.
Blue color,
and if you have any syntax errors, that will appear
red color,
sir.
red color,
red color. Very good. If you have any warning, that warning will appear
Green color.
green color,
green color.
green color. Those are the 4 different types of information that we can find. And then we have output window. What is the use of output window?
Printable result.
If you have a printable result in our program, that print will come into
Output window.
output window. What we can see in the Explorer window?
Directly goes to our
Libraries.
In the Explorer window, we can find 4 folders. What are the 4 folders we can find?
library,
Libraries.
This PC,
file
libraries,
shortcuts,
favorite folders, and file shortcuts.
file shortcuts.
And finally, we have a results window. And what is this results window? Results window is just like in a table of contents for output window.
output.
Understand this one? So each print is going to have one link in the output in the results window. Whenever you want to access that one, you can go to directly to that link, and if you click on that one, it will take you to that report. Understand this one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is about 5 windows. Once you're done with the 5 windows, now on top, now here we can see 3. This is called as an A, and by the way, this is called as an A toolbar. And here this is called as an A command bar, and finally this is called as a menu bar. We have 3 bars: toolbar, command bar, and a menu bar. Now we'll discuss about the toolbar. And by the way, what are the options that we have? What are all the options that we have in the toolbar? We can find the same options in the menu bar also. But we use these options very regularly. That's why they kept again all these options in a separate toolbar. Now, what are all these options? Now, say for example, the first option that we have here, can you see? If I keep my cursor here, what is this option showing?
New, sir.
And what is this new? Say for example, I'm writing a program, I'm practicing. Suddenly you came and you asked me, you want to write a small piece of code. You asked me my system. I do not want to disturb my editor window and I do not want to disturb my code. So what I want to do, I want to have another editor window. Now, if you want to have one more editor window, now you should go over here and you should click on this new button. If you click on this new button, it will open a new editor window. Since already we have one editor window and this is called editor window untitled 2. But if you click on again, we are going to have one more editor window. Again, if you click on this one, yes, we are going to have one more editor window. So if you want to open a new editor window, we should click on this new button. Otherwise, we have a shortcut called Ctrl+N. So I'm clicking on the Ctrl+N. How many times if I click on those many times, every time it will open a new editor window. Understand this one? Now, say for example, I practiced in the morning for 1 hour. I want to go to office and I want to continue my practice in the evening. Now tell me, if I close the session, what will happen? What and all the program that what you have written, all this program will be get erased. Isn't it? If you close the session, the program will be get deleted. But if I want to continue in the evening, what we should do? We need to save this code. We need to save this program. How to save the program? If you want to save the program, now can you see here we have a third button? Can you see here? We have a floppy symbol and this is called save button. Or otherwise, you can also click on Ctrl+S. Now, if I click on this save symbol, save icon, what is going to happen? It will open a window. It will ask you where you want to save the code. I want to save this code on my desktop. Now I'm going to give the desktop location here. Now, what is the name of the code you want to have? I want to have it as, say, for example, SAS demo class underscore today's date is, say, for example, 05 underscore I am writing the 04. And I want to have a timestamp 22. Now, if you click on the save button, now can you see the program has been saved as a SAS demo class underscore 05 underscore 04 underscore 22. Now you can close the session and you can shut down your system. But now can you see on my desktop, can you see what we have here? Whatever the code that we have saved, and it has been saved on our desktop. By the way, this is how a SAS code looks like. But what is this? It's a PDF file, right?
PDF.
And by the way, this is called Excel sheet and this is called CSV file. In the same way, this is called SAS code. Now I want to continue my practice in the evening now. I came out from office. I want to practice. If you want to practice, I want to continue my practice, by the way. If you want to continue your practice where you left in the morning, so then first of all, what we should do, we should open the SAS software. And once you open the SAS software, now I want to get the code back. I want to open the code. If you want to open the code, can you see here we have an icon called open. Or otherwise, you can also give a shortcut Ctrl+O. Now I'm going to click on the Ctrl+O. It will open a dialog box. It will ask you, where do you have the code? Where we save our code?
Desktop, sir.
It's saved on the desktop, right? Now I'm going to give the desktop path here, desktop location. On desktop, what is the name of the code what we have given?
SAS
As
demo.
demo class. Now this is the one. Now I'm going to select that one and I'm going to click on the open button. Now as soon as I click on the open button, now can you see I got my code back. Now you can continue practice. So if you want to save the code, what is the shortcut that we have? Ctrl+, yes, or otherwise save symbol, save icon. But if you want to open the saved code, what we should do? we should click on the open button or control plus O. In the real time, whatever the code that we have written, we have to submit it. But first of all, if you want to submit it, what we need to do, we have to save the code in some location. This is how we are going to save it. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Then once you have done with the save and open, then the next button that we have in a print. Say for example, if you want to print our code, now we can click on this print button, or otherwise generally what is the shortcut that we have for print in MS?
Control plus P.
P. So here also we can click on this one, control plus P. Now it will open. If you have a printer connection, it will open the printer setting. But I do not have a printer connection right now. It is asking in which file format you want to save this one. But if you have a printer connection, it will open the print setup. And before doing the print, I want to see the preview. I want to see how it is going to get print in an A4 sheet. So if I click on the print preview, it will show you how it is going to get print. This is how it is going to get print. So for the print, you should click on the print button. If you want to see the preview, you should click on the print preview. And after that, now I'm going to select a few lines of my program. As soon as I select the few lines of my program, the next three buttons will be get highlighted. And the first, whatever the selected lines that we have, if you want to cut that one, we can use this scissors icon or cut icon, or what is the shortcut that we have to cut the selected programming lines?
Control V.
X.
Control plus X. You can use this cut button, or otherwise you can also click on the control plus X. But instead of cut this one, I want to copy it. Now we can use copy button, or otherwise control plus
C.
C. That is how we can copy it. Now I cut it, or maybe I have been copied it. Sorry, I want to paste it somewhere. Now see, I'm going to click on the control plus C, or I'm going to click on this copy button. Now I want to again paste the same program here under this one. If you want to paste it, now we can click on this paste button, or otherwise, what is the shortcut that we have for? Very good, control plus V. So to cut, control plus X, to copy, control plus C, or to paste it, control plus V. And after this one, unfortunately, I cut this program and I want to get it back. If you have taken any step, if you want to undo the step, then what we do, we can click on the undo button or control plus Z.
Z.
Yes, we can say control plus Z. Now I'm clicking on the control plus Z, you will get it back. But anyway, can you please tell me what is the shortcut that we have for to redo it? To redo anything? Anybody?
Control Y.
Very good. Control plus Y. Understand? So after this one undo, the next button that we have in a new library. I told you we are going to discuss the libraries concept as in a separate topic, and we will discuss that one maybe day after tomorrow or maybe tomorrow's class. And then the next icon that we have in a, what is that? SAS Explorer. Have we ever seen the SAS Explorer in anywhere? Did we see that one in any other place? SAS Explorer? Yes, we have seen. Can you see on the left side here we have an Explorer window. Can you see this one? We discuss on the libraries, file shortcuts, favorite folders, and this PC. Now you can also open this Explorer. If you click on this one, it also opens the Explorer window. Now see, I'm going to click on this one. When I click on the Explorer window, now we have a big window like this one, an expanded one. But here also we are going to have the same information. Can you see libraries, file shortcuts, favorite folders, and this PC. So that means here also we are going to have the same information, but it will show you all the subfolders. If you have any shortcuts, it will show you whatever the shortcuts that we have. And then if you have any favorite folders, it will show that what is my favorite folder, and this PC, what we have in this PC. But here it will not show you all the subfolders. So by clicking only, you can see the subfolders, but it directly will show all the folders. But personally, I don't like this much. That's why I've never used this one. I use always this vertical one on the left side. And after that, the next button that we have in A, can you see here what we have? Submit button. You know about this one, right? Whatever the selected program that we have, if you want to execute that one, now select the program and click on the submit button. But what is going to happen if you didn't select anything, but if you click on the submit button? So whatever the code that what we have written, all the code will be get executed if you click on this one without selecting any line. మీరు ఏమి సెలెక్ట్ చేయకుండా దీన్ని క్లిక్ చేశారనుకోండి ఏమవుతుందండి ఇప్పుడు ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ ద టోటల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. But if you want to execute only a specific program, select the programming lines and then click on the submit button. Now I want to clear my editor window. If you want to clear your entire editor window, now click on clear all. If you click on the clear all, the entire editor window will be get cleaned up. But I want to take my step back. Tell me what should I do? I should click on Control plus Z.
Undo.
Understand this one? And after the clear all, the next button that we have is a break button. Sometimes when you execute the program will go to infinite loop. When the program went into infinite loop, the program will never end. The program will going to get executed continuously. In such situations, if you want to stop the program, now you should click on the break button. Understand this one? And I will show you in tomorrow's class what I mean by going the program into infinite loop, so that we can understand how to use the break button, in which scenario you should use the break button.
సార్
And finally, yes,
సార్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లో ఒక డౌట్ ఉంది సార్.
tell me.
ఈ క్లాస్ నేను అదంటే రిమోట్ డెస్క్టాప్ లో చేస్తున్నాను ల్యాప్టాప్ లో. సో నేను ఆ పాత్ ని కాపీ చేసి పేస్ట్ చేశాక అంటే మొత్తం అన్ని రావట్లేదు సార్.
So that means it is not opening the copy as path. It is not getting copy as path, right?
నో సార్. యా సార్.
When you are holding the shift button also, you are not getting it, right?
నో.
I think because they used Windows 7 in the server, that was the reason. Maybe that is the reason why you are not getting the copy as path.
ఓకే. సో
You know what you should do? You have to copy the location, and then you should keep a backward slash, and you should do the file name, and then you have to write a dot extension
TXT.
manually. Not
Okay,
write
sir.
everything manually.
ఓకే.
Okay?
ఓకే.
Anybody has got any doubts?
Sir, we have got a few shortcuts here in the Explorer, right?
Yes.
This PC and all. So we'll be obviously having few files which are saved on the desktop. So can we directly import it through that?
Yes, we can do that one. Can you please come again, Santosh?
Sir, we have this PC here in the left side, content of SAS.
Yes.
In the environment, I mean to
In the
say,
environment. Okay.
yes.
This one here.
Yeah. So when I click, if I have Excel file on the desktop and I want to get it into the SAS environment, so can I get
You want
it?
to get this one.
Yeah.
For example, this one. No, you won't get that into SAS environment. It will open in SAS, in outside the SAS one. For example, now see if I click on this one, PDF file, the PDF file will be get opened, but it will not be get opened in the SAS environment. It will open outside the environment.
Okay.
Only if it is a SAS code, that will be get open. Understand?
Okay. Okay. Sir. And one more thing, like I have accidentally closed the log or output or any of the window which is present below, and
I'm going to discuss about. Sorry, I will discuss about that one. Since you asked me, you should go to view and whichever window that you have been lost, accidentally closed, we can open from that here. Say for example, see, I accidentally closed my log window. Okay. If you want to get it, go to view, click on the log. Now we'll get the log window back. Understand? Any window.
Okay.
If you close the output window or export window, results window, just go to view and whichever window that you want to get it back, you can click on that.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, then we'll continue in tomorrow's class. So I'll stop at the break button. We'll see that break button in tomorrow's class.
Excuse me, sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Can you tell the code for replacing the text file, sir?
Next file. Can you come again?
Code. I mean, yesterday you have told replace option for the XLS and CVS, right?
That is for proc import. Yes.
Yeah. So that one replace option for text
Yes.
file.
The text file, you no need to write anything. By default, it will be get to say, for example, in the work library, if I execute this program, what is the data set I'm going to have?
EMP.
Okay, right? Now, say for example, I want to import another text file. On my desktop, I have a SAS folder. In that, I have a SAS data folder. Now, I have a blood text file. In the blood text file, what data we are going to have? I'll have some patient health information, right? Blood report.
Okay.
So now I want to create a data set from this one. Shift right click, copy as path. Now go to the program. I am writing a program by this one. I'll explain this one later, but since you asked me, now I'm writing data EMP. Now I'm writing in file, the path of the blood text file. Then I'm writing the input, and I want to have patient ID. Then I want to have, say, for example, what we have in this.
Great.
Gender, blood group is
Gender,
okay.
blood group.
Now I'm writing, say for example, gender, character variable $symbol. Then I'm writing blood group, character variable $symbol. Then I want to have an age group, character variable $symbol. Then I want to have an WBC, RBC, and then cholesterol. What is the data set name I'm writing here?
EMP.
But I have already EMP data set in the work library, right? But what we have in this EMP data set, in this EMP data set, we have 7 variables and 23 observables. But if I execute this program, what will happen? The whole data, the employee data which is present in this EMP data set will be get overwrite by the data that what we have in the blood text file. By default, it will overwrite.
Okay.
So it is just opposite to proc step. In the proc step, by default, it will not be get override. If you want to override it, what we should do? You have to mention the replace. But here, by default, it will be get override.
Okay.
Understand? And I will explain that one during the data state.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
See you in tomorrow.
Good night, sir.